On top of the weather, it is Election Day, and time is running out to vote at the polls or to turn in your ballot.
And here at ABC 10, we have got you covered.
ABC 10's Bridget Biorlo is here with a look at how to spot misinformation and possible Russian interference. But first, let's check in with Monica Coleman. She's live at the Sacramento County Registrar of Voters office, where they are within a half an hour, Monica, of opening the doors.
Yeah, it's starting to get busy. You can see behind me, we are where the action happens. This is the phone bank where people are answering your questions on Election Day. And I have Jana Haynes with me to kind of explain what's the biggest questions that voters have going into Election Day.
So today, most voters are wondering where their nearest vote center or drop box is, or they may say, I mailed in my ballot 3 days ago. Did you guys receive it? So those are the most common questions we get. And people also call in if they need help in English, Spanish, Vietnamese, or Chinese. So we can help people in language.
And talk to me, how many callers have you received? It's in the thousands, correct?
It's in the thousands now, probably 5,000 or 6,000 calls. It's really nice for people to be able to get a person when they need help and not have to look on the internet. So that's why we still run a call center, which is pretty old school.
And you're talking to me about something that's not so old school, an app. What can people do with this app when it comes to tracking their ballot and knowing where to go?
That's right. So we have a SAC Vote app, and it helps you geographically find your nearest vote center or drop box. So if you log into the app, it'll show you where you are and where your nearest opportunity to vote is, so that you can take the guesswork out of it and get to your closest center. And they're not precinct specific, so you can go anywhere in the county.
Awesome. And talk to me about the last call. When can callers can start to call in, and when will you take that last call?
So today the call center closes at 8 p.m. when the polls close, but it'll open again tomorrow because we will still be fielding voter questions over the next probably several weeks as they wonder where their ballots are or any other questions that they may have before we certify the election.
All righty. Well, you heard it. People can come here at 7 a.m. to start voting, but also you need to be in line by 8 p.m. We will get that first result starting at 8:15, but that's not the final one. They have about 29 days to finalize the votes here. So make sure you get your voice heard this morning, as we do see some rain coming down in the forecast. Back to you.
All right, Monica, thank you so much. Yeah, pack the umbrella and get out and vote. Ahead of election, California Attorney General Rob Bonta calling on social media companies like Facebook and Twitter to stop the spread of disinformation. So in the context of elections, that's wrong information with the intent to cause chaos and get certain people elected. We've seen this from the Russian government as they tried in the past. The problem is with Twitter. New owner Elon Musk just fired about half of the platform's staff, with former employees tweeting the entire ethics transparency team has been let go. On Election Day, many people use the site for real-time updates, and the concern here is those updates might be less reliable now. Some fear this could allow disinformation to run rampant, with the Guardian warning of a possible information disaster. But elections expert Dr. Kim Nauder with the Sacramento State University says there are things you can keep in mind to determine exactly what's true and what isn't online. Take a listen.
One of the main things is that disinformation tends to target our emotions. And so if something sounds kind of outrageous and clickbaity, that's one of the signs. But if it also just kind of confirms political biases that you might have, and it just sounds a little too good to be true to you, it appeals to your emotions, that might be a sign. The biggest thing is to be aware that people are out to try to fool you. And have your guard up for that. Be ready for it and respond appropriately.
Just be aware of what you're consuming online. Also, always turn to reliable journalists for information based in fact, backed up by multiple sources. On top of all the changes at Twitter, Facebook expected to lay off thousands of employees starting later this week amid looming fears of recession. So the concern again is that there's going to be overall less oversight when filtering out what's real news, what's fake online, and that could influence votes or fuel mistrust in the elections process, which we saw big time in 2020, guys.
Yeah, so Bridget, Elon Musk has been inserting himself into this year's election.
Yeah.
How is he trying to influence voters?
Well, he says he's a registered independent who has long voted Democrat, but he's pinned a tweet to the top of his page just hours before the election, and he's urging people to vote for Republicans. Experts say it's a sign that he might be using his social media influence moving forward to play a larger role in the political landscape, so it should be interesting to follow that.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bridget.